Come and join the gathering on Equilarium FM for inspired conversation and guidance to lighten and brighten your day. Claire Johnson has gatherings around her kitchen table with a group of interesting and vibrant guests who are professionals from all fields of the healing arts. Real people integrating spirituality into everyday reality. Laughter and joy are two of the main dishes served at her table. And now, here is your host, Claire Johnson, raising vibrations across the nations, inspiring you to become all that you can be.
Hello, and welcome to this, show 17. Welcome to the gathering around my kitchen table. This week, the Real Holistic Housewives will be discussing the mighty power of the Lion's Gate, which is the astrological phenomena currently happening in the heavens, showering us all with extra special golden light. We'll be discussing what it is to go with this new energetic flow, and also how to create a wonderful crystal grid to empower your hopes and dreams into manifestation. I will be reading my latest teachings from Thoth about the 888 Lion's Gate, plus inspirational conversations and guidance to lighten and brighten your day with my wonderful, beloved co-hosts, Gill Orsman.
Hi Claire, hi everybody.
Welcome, darling. I haven't got Josephine Tyrrell here. I was just going to say Josephine. Sadly, she's unable to join us today, but lots of love going out to you, Josephina.
Yeah.
Then we have our delightful regular guest, Anita Young.
Hello, everybody.
Returned from her gorgeous exotic holiday.
Yes, to the beautiful English weather.
Yeah. And our lovely regular guest, Carmen Vestager.
Hello, lovely to be here again.
Welcome back. But welcome back to you. You've been to glorious south of Italy, haven't you?
Yes, went to Positano. It was beautiful, very, very hot. And I think the weather was unusually humid and hotter than it has been, but absolutely stunning scenery. And on the way up to the hotel from Naples airport, there's a massive big mountain, because they're very religious, aren't they? And I saw this cross. I tried to photograph it, and my camera wasn't, I didn't have enough, a large enough lens. But on the top of this hillside is just this cross that kind of followed us, or we followed it for about 40-minute drive, in and out of windy roads. Oh, stunning.
Lovely.
A lovely time.
And you showed us pictures of incredible turquoise waters.
Oh, it's just glorious.
Crystal clear.
Yes.
And did you go to the Blue Grotto in Capri?
We went, but it was high tide. There was an hour and a half of queuing. Don't go in August, ladies and gents. So there's an hour and a half of queuing, so we didn't go in. And we didn't stay around on the boat because it was just too hot.
Wow.
But it's beautiful, stunning.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah. I went there many, many years ago when I lived in Italy with a girlfriend, and out of season, like you say. And you have to wait to go in. If you don't know, it's a cave, and it's the way that the light hits the sand and reflects the crystal clearness of the water up into the cave. So it's like sort of backlit water. So you're in this dark cave, and the water is just like luminescent turquoise. And so you have to go in these little boats, and it's quite freaky, actually.
You have to lie down, don't you?
You have to lie down while they wait for to bobbing up and down of the waves, and to get the timing right. And when the wave drops, then they can paddle you into the cave before it comes back up. And we were in there, and they were quite strict about, how many people in the boat and what you're doing, and you have to stay with your hands inside the boat, and you can't take pictures. But back in the day, it's when, I was in my crazy world youth, like you do. So we upped and dived in. We dived off our boat into the Blue Grotto and swam about in that water. Well, it had to be done. We couldn't resist it. So it was beautiful, but that was out of season, I have to say. Yeah. We'd probably been arrested if it was.
I don't think I think they're quite strict on it, and the amount of boats and things around there. But it looks stunning, because I've seen photos. Yeah, of it. It's amazing.
But now health and safety, they don't let you do anything.
Health and safety.
Great inspiration for your paintings, I should think.
Oh, absolutely. This backlit luminescent water. See that? Really,
and that's
gorgeous.
The light as well, isn't it? The light reflected.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Which is so, so gorgeous.
Yeah.
So, while you were away, we've had the opening of the Lion's Gate. So, did you hear our show last week?
Ooh la la, I did.
Oh,
I did. I listened to it the next morning.
Where were you?
Because I had internet
From
in
Italy?
the hotel.
Oh.
But it cut off in the third quarter, and then with the replays you can't fast forward.
No, you can't.
I didn't get the last bit of it.
Right. So I wondered whether you were aware of the Lion's Portal, Lion's Gate portal that we're talking about, because last week we were discussing it pre the opening of it. So it opened on the 888, and today is the 12th of August, which is the official end of the portal. So it's quite a very powerful point that we're at today. Although I think the energy does carry on beyond each side, so it's just the official dates. So I've posted this onto our Facebook page, which is the Equilarium Facebook page, but it's a wonderful article by Tanaz. Sorry, I mispronounced your name. So with her blessing, I hope, I'm going to read it to you and share it all with you. It's a wonderful piece of information. So she says, we have all been receiving huge planetary downloads in recent months, and the biggest is yet to come with the opening of the Stargate or Lionsgate portal on the 8th of August. Since July, the 31st blue moon, we've all been feeling great shifts in energy. Things in our lives may have shifted, and we may be feeling unsure or uncertain of what's ahead. All of these changes are really going to culminate in September 2015. However, for now, we're all being asked to activate our consciousness due to the opening of the Lionsgate portal. The Lionsgate opens every year on August the 8th to the 12th, when the sun is in Leo and is marked by the star Sirius moving closer to the Earth and aligning in Orion's belt, which perfectly syncs up with the pyramids in Giza. Although this happens every year, 2015 is particularly special due to the numerology of 888. On the 8th day of the 8th month in the year that adds up to 8, we're sure to see some huge energetic shifts and changes. And we certainly have. Mm-hmm. My goodness. Mm-hmm. Sirius's energy is all about awakening to new frequencies, energetic potentials, and a higher consciousness at an accelerated rate. When Sirius is close, he bathes planet Earth with power, potential, and a new stream of consciousness that will allow us all to activate our third eye chakra and to tap into the limitless energy of our being. During this time, we are all going to be reminded that we are connected to the universe and that we hold an innate wisdom and power to create our own reality through our thoughts and perceptions. We may also feel a deeper sense of connectedness to the universe and that we are not the only intelligent beings in the cosmic world. The ability to cross other dimensions and astral travel will also be strong at this time, as many believe that the activation of Lion's Gate can blur the lines across different dimensions and frequencies. The appearance of extraterrestrial activity may also be higher than usual, and those who are sensitive to spirit energies may encounter strange experiences or even stranger beings. Those who identify as being star seeds will also be feeling this energy strongly and are likely to receive information or downloads about their purpose. Star seeds are those who feel they come from a different planet or that they don't really belong. Most of them report having the same recurring dream about being sent to Earth by extraterrestrial life for a specific mission. Essentially, star seeds are evolved beings who are here to assist the planet in raising consciousness. Those who resonate with this are likely to fulfill part of their journey or purpose through the opening of the Lionsgate portal. Because of the energetic weather from other planets in our solar system, the theme of this year's Lionsgate is relationships, Mother Earth, and breaking boundaries. So, what do you think of that, ladies?
Wow. Powerful stuff.
Yeah.
It is powerful, and you have these experiences because when I was in Italy, something happened with my third eye, and I could feel it, and I wasn't aware of any of this. So that's so cool, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It explains a lot because when I'll read some more of it after the break. But personally, I've been experiencing some very, very weird physical things happening, and energetically, I've been really out of sorts. I've been absolutely exhausted the whole of last week. I haven't been feeling at all, just not like myself. And to make you laugh, my family all have said at separate times, "My God, you've got mad eyes on." I looked in the mirror and I looked like I got just mad otherworld eyes. I mean, I've got quite blue eyes, but they just seem to develop a dark ring around the outside and go very pale. So they didn't look quite right. And when I met up with Josephine, she put her hand on my arm, and she does a lot of acupuncture, and she just said, "My goodness, your vibration's really weird, and what's you're out of sync." And I said, "It feels like I'm completely out of sync." And there's just been this shifting of your own vibration, which makes you feel not right. It's been most peculiar. I wasn't aware that it was going to be such a physical feeling and a sense of your head being not in the normal place. It's been quite powerful. Have you felt that at all, Carmen?
Yes, I mean, I completely agree with you. Feeling tired and just not knowing from one day to another what to expect, very much up and down. And a lot of people also have kind of symptoms like flu or, colds and headaches, things coming out. So I've had headaches as well, which I haven't had in a long time. So yeah, physically, we are recognizing, we are really feeling it.
Yeah, definitely. And you, Jill, you haven't been feeling like it, have you?
The only word that comes to mind is about recalibration.
Absolutely.
That's what it is. We're kind of being stepped up to this new vibration, and none of us have been there yet. So we're all experiencing on different levels, and having to face our own, demons within that. But once we get through that phase, I think we're going to be operating on a much clearer level. For me, it's like trying to trudge through the density.
Yeah, it's true. Josephine was saying that she said it's like the bubbles that were in your system, because she said, my goodness, she said, I can feel your whole blood's gurgling. And she's like the bubbles are changing from one size bubbles, like sort of big galaxy bulb bubbles, up to fine champagne bubbles. That lovely golden fineness of champagne bubbles. And so I thought, that's a lovely idea. So we are raising our own molecular structure to a higher vibration. So I think, okay, then be patient, because I've lost a lot of weight during this period. Just lost my appetite and I've had this upset stomach and had headaches like you, Carmen. I don't normally have those. It's just like really knocked me for six. You've been having strange phenomena, so presumably a lot of people have to say. So it's quite a physical thing. So although you talk about it's otherworldly stuff, we are very disconnected these days from the as above, so below, whereas most civilizations prior to us have always taken a lot of heed to what is happening in the heavens. We just don't. We just operate down here like it's absolutely got nothing to do with us anymore. So,
Yeah, so I think it's probably timely to talk about equilarium. We're being prepared, aren't we, really, just molecularly, to bring this project
to fruition.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's what this is all about. So we can look into that and a bit more of the Lionsgate after the break.
After the break, yes.
Great, okay.
The best of the holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Dr. Kevin here, and I want to invite you every Thursday, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, to join me on the Dr. Kevin Show, where we have a diversity of guests who help you step outside the box, behind the curtain, and see what a load of crap is going on in the world today, so you have more information with which to make better decisions. We'll see you there. Namaste.
Host your show on IOM FM, the radio network of OMTimes Media, one of the more recognized brand names in the conscious community, and is backed by the extensive marketing reach of OMTimes. Hosting a show on IOM FM immediately connects you with our extensive dedicated community. The number one reason girls drop out of school in sub-Saharan Africa is lack of access to feminine hygiene products. The Pads for Schoolgirls Project, an outreach of Humanity Healing International, is changing this paradigm by setting up sewing programs at schools, teaching girls a vocational skill, while producing the reusable pads that help keep them attending classes. The girls pay it forward by making and giving pad kits to other girls in need. To learn more, visit humanityhealing.org. Humanity Healing is where your heart is.
If you remember living fearlessly, joyfully, and in a world filled with adventure, happiness, pleasure, and unbridled living, then this show is for you. Join me, Dame Nicole Brandon, as I bring you the world's top experts in wealth, creativity, flow, seat-edging technology, space, wellness, health, love, lust, and passion, all merging together each week here at the Hub of Happiness. Mondays at 6 p.m. Pacific Time and 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Passionate Living, where you can ride on the magic carpet ride of living and learn how to lead a passionately wild, exciting, and outrageously amazing life.
Free your mind. Expand your soul. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Okay, so welcome back. So Claire, do you want to carry on just telling us a little bit more about the Lion's Gate? It's really fascinating, this.
Yeah, so apparently because of the energetic weather from the other planets in our solar system, the theme of this year's Lion's Gate is relationships, Mother Earth, and breaking boundaries. So with relationships, the Lion's Gate is really going to activate the 3 key relationships that we all encounter. The relationship with the self, the relationship with the other, and the relationship with the universe. Awakening signs and symptoms are likely to be higher than usual, and many may be questioning their purpose or meaning in life. Meditating on these areas would be highly beneficial right now due to the strong intuitive energy from Sirius. When it comes to the relationship with others, Lionsgate is really going to be asking us to be firm in our intentions and to look past the ego. We're going to be challenged by this energy to find that place of unconditional love and understanding, and to have the courage to move on and let go or step deeper into the work. As far as the relationship with the universe, we're all going to be feeling this one, and perhaps we may even receive a glimpse of just how powerful our thoughts and intentions really are. This is the perfect time to manifest events and opportunities for the highest good. So we'll talk about that just for a second. Relationships, we've all been just saying that we've got relationships that you can feel that's happening with, that they're coming up, and that you have to they're challenging you to call for unconditional love in situations where you've got awkwardness. I've got some that are up, you've got some that are up, we all know that we all have. So, and it's tricky because you've got this old structure, you've got old patterns, you've got old history around things like trust. Mm-hmm. It's just like, okay, we've got to try and step beyond that. Let go of the ego and move to a place of unconditional love and trust. And it's hard. We all would consider ourselves to be quite conscious people, and it's hard, isn't it? It's really hard. So interesting that is one of the themes that this is.
Another interesting point that you've just read, Claire, was when we were in Capri, and it was like 45 degrees plus, and it kind of was unbearable for me, and 40% plus humidity. And so we managed eventually to get a taxi up into Capri town. And I did my little thing of just saying a little prayer for a taxi. And so did Martin, actually. And one just came along like that and in it, and we were off. And I said to him, are you aware that what we've just manifested here? Because he wouldn't really use those words. But I was really aware of, instant manifestation. So I think hand in hand with all of this stuff comes this instant manifestation. Yeah. And which is amazing.
You're right, that's exactly what we were talking about last week. It was all the instant karma, instant manifestation. That's what you were talking about, Carmen.
Yeah.
So how cool is that?
Yeah, because you're saying you think it and it's happening now, and so it's really coming up for so many things.
And it's great because you kind of become aware of that, because if both of you had the intention, it speeds it up and makes it more powerful.
Yeah.
And, as you say, instantaneous.
And this was a place where there was a 45-minute wait for one thing, a 10-minute taxi queue for another thing. We just had a little walk, and we both, unbeknownst to each other, saying the same thing, and bang, something, and it was amazing.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Right, well, one of the other themes of this year's Lionsgate is one which is very close to our heart, ladies, because it's Mother Earth. Mm-hmm. So Tanaz says that new ideas and discoveries around technology, electricity, gravity, and other laws of the universe are often dispelled or advanced around this time, and there may also be an emphasis on alternative energy sources. This is all music to our ears, with Equilarium being an alternative energy centre. The consciousness surrounding the state of the planet has been rising more and more, and people are talking about global warming and other types of renewable energy. Again, playing straight into our arms of what we're waiting for the world to embrace. We are all energy, and there is an infinite energy source all around us, and the more people who become aware of this, the more likely things are to change. So it's what we're talking about every week. We're trying to raise the vibrations across the nations of individuals and collectives, because it's what Mother Earth is calling for. So this is fantastic if Lionsgate is giving it an extra boost.
Yeah, it is.
So the other area of emphasis this year's Lionsgate is breaking of boundaries, and perhaps this could be better termed as unravelling the constraints of society. Societal rules and boundaries will definitely be challenged at this time, and there will be a new wave of consciousness surrounding why it is that we do certain things and government structures. Often we can move through life with blinders on, or just acting because everybody else is doing it. So we just follow on in a sort of lemming-like way. And that is also going to be changing, and people are now realising that they don't have to conform to societal boundaries or believe everything that they hear on the news or from corrupt governments. More and more transparency is what's really going on and will emerge with this energy, and people are going to start laying their own rules and boundaries rather than following in everyone else's footsteps. It's that individual awakening, individual empowerment, which is what we're talking about. So it's currently a very powerful time in the universe, making it the perfect time to go within and to truly understand all that you are. You are a limitless being, an infinite soul that is here on earth to grow and evolve in order to expand. So all of this is being amplified by this massive extra golden light that's coming through the Lion's Gate. And so it's very much in tune with everything we're trying to do. And on OMTimes, it's all conscious radio. So no doubt all of you listeners will be experiencing this as well. And it'll be a welcomed breath of gorgeous golden light.
I think it's in respect of the energy in the self to step up your practice, or once again, if you let your practice lapse, of any yoga or meditation or breathing or any exercises on a regular basis every day that put you in tune with you. Because I've definitely been doing that for the last 2 weeks or so,
right?
And it brings about a self-love that you don't get otherwise. Yeah. And so I think the call there is to really step up your practice, or just maintain your practice, or start any kind of practice that suits you, that gives you that connection to you.
And so Claire, obviously timely, you've obviously had a piece of writing that's come through. Did it actually come through on the 8th?
It did. This came on the 8th.
So you're going to share that with us
15,
now?
and it's called The Lion's Gate.
Fantastic.
So if you'd like to get yourself comfortable and close your eyes if possible, not if you're driving.
Yeah, not if you're driving or
operating heavy machinery.
Mm-hmm.
So just listen and let the words settle into you. Be courageous and stand your ground as the world around you changes like shifting sand. Do not buy into the panic and fear, however present and real it may appear. 'Tis an illusion. Keep your sights firmly set upon the golden light on the horizon. 'Tis from which all opportunities, progress, health, wealth and happiness will come. Pure, golden abundance, radiant as the sun. For the light of the world is essential for the world to exist and to function as it does. Love and light are one, golden and pure, healing and nurturing, comforting and empowering. Embrace the extra golden light that is cascading through the Lion's Gate. Bathe in its golden shower of divinity, positivity and grace. Let it cleanse and release all that does not serve you anymore, be it situations, circumstances or people. 'Tis sometimes a sadness attached to the releasing of familiar structures, routines and relationships. But the end of the old should be lovingly released with a sense of gratitude for all that it has provided you with thus far. Trust that the newness of things yet to come, that will arise out of this glorious new golden light of the sun, will be far better and more compatible with you, with who you are and what you need to help you achieve all that you have come to do. Facilitation across the nation will result in jubilation and much celebration. The unity and oneness will be returned to the world. Go ahead, full steam all the way, for the path is opening up more and more each day. The right people, right connections, opportunities and ideas will rush forward to greet you as you step beyond the old and into the new. Boldly go where no man or woman has been before. Open up new frontiers. Go with courage and confidence that what lies ahead will be good, very, very good for you one and all. Happily, joyfully, lovingly see your future bathed in golden light, and it shall be so. Glow, glow, glow from the inside out. Be golden to your core. Release all your carbon, your density and negativity, and shine bright like a diamond, like never before.
Oh, cue Rihanna now, shouldn't we?
Wow.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Beautiful.
Fantastic.
Wow. Gosh.
What an amazing idea.
That
Hey?
is an amazing idea. Yeah, I believe that.
That's
It
really
is happening.
beautiful as well, isn't it? About letting go, but being thankful. Then it stops you from buying into fear and
And the
having-
pain of letting go. Try and hold on to
You're thankful and
the
grateful.
gratitude, yes. Yeah,
Beautiful.
and release in that sense. And we all know individually that we've got things we've got to let go of and that we're being challenged with. And so collectively, we just have to know that we're all going through the same, that we just have to come from that place.
And it keeps it in the heart, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
release
when you
it
do
with
that,
love.
it keeps it in the heart.
Yeah, and just
Beautiful.
go, okay. And like I said, trust. I love that bit. Trust that, where did it say this? Trust that the newness of things yet to come that will arise out of this glorious new golden light of the sun will be far better and more compatible with you and who you are and what you need to help you achieve all that you've come to do. If you can trust in that and focus on that, you can release everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You only hold on to the old structure when you're not trusting that there's going to be new coming, that the new is going to serve you better.
Yeah. It comes from our mindset, doesn't it? Our mind wants to keep us safe and goes back to what we already know. Whereas our heart will expand and open up to the new possibilities.
So that beautifully lines up talking about the Project Equilarium. So
Yeah.
we'll hear about that after the break.
The future of internet radio is here. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Imagine receiving healing, vibration-raising energy as you listen to the radio. Energy that flows effortlessly to you. Imagine exploring all things metaphysical, sharing in an ongoing adventure. Join me, Karen Smoot, along with my co-hosts Lisa Victorson and Wendy Weber for Immersion into Source every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Home Radio.
Being a radio host on IOM FM allows you to build your show on a rich platform with the power of the internet to fulfill your outreach goals and connect with a very specialized and global online audience, unlimited by time and distance. OMTimes Radio will provide you with web relevance, a recognizable conscious brand, and with the standard of excellence that has accompanied every single OMTimes endeavor. Host your show with OMTimes Radio Network. Simone Milasas would like you to know that business can be fun, which is why she wrote the book, Joy of Business. What if you could have the joy of business rather than the stress and struggle? Most of the time, the only thing stopping you from a thriving business is you. In the Joy of Business book, Simone gives you access consciousness tools and pragmatic ways to get out of your own way and to create the business, life, and living you know is possible and beyond what this reality says is achievable. Business is joy. It's creation. It's generative. It can be the adventure of living. You can purchase your copy of the book through Amazon or Joy of Business website, www.accessjoyofbusiness.com.
The truth is, you can't change the world if you're broke. I know, I've tried. Isn't it time you turned your life's calling into a profitable, freedom-based business? I'm Michelle Barr. Join me every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern for Sacred Success.
The Real Conscious Connection. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Okay, so welcome back. Obviously we have called this particular radio show, Equilarium FM, to do with talking about creating the project. So Claire, over to you to just tell the listeners about the project.
Okay, well, I will. I'll talk about Equilarium, but I wanted to say a bit more about that, the Lion's Gate, actually, which is something else that I became aware of over the weekend. I was listening to things on YouTube and learning more about. I was thinking, because this is quite a challenging thing, I better learn a bit more about really what is going on with this. And one of the things that came up I found really fascinating, which is that if you're a seed, star seed, or a light worker, whatever you want to call yourself, and that you know that you glow with a certain light, as your own vibration raises, like we're saying, from lemonade to champagne, as it were, your light becomes more like a diamond. It becomes a diamond in your chest. Your heart is a diamond, much like Thoth was just saying, that you change your carbon into a diamond and it glows. But the brighter this glows, the more it emphasizes the carbon in other people, their negativity, their heaviness, their weight. So this is why people then naturally drop away from you, because your light gets brighter, and then it brings up their own negativity, the stuff that they need to be dealing with. And if they're not dealing with it in their own world, they become uncomfortable around you and your light, because it's the difference between the vibration that you hold and they hold, whether they're family members, long-term friends, colleagues, associates, whatever. They naturally move away from you because they feel uncomfortable in your presence. And it's nothing personal, as in what your ego would understand, but it's an energetic thing, that energetically you're no longer compatible. So that made so much sense. And along the journey of Equilarium, it's really key for us to all notice, and for all the listeners out there, because it can put into place why certain friendships have ended, why certain relationships have just drifted away. When I've certainly had some that have been with me 30 years and have just drifted away recently. Just like, whoa, what is this about? And it's when Thoth just said then that you have to trust that those may drop away, but those are coming that are more compatible and more like you are. And that's what we're doing with Equilarium. I mean, that we've come as a group and we're all resonating with the diamonds at the same level that we are. And we're calling for other people. And they will be coming on board because they will be resonating with the level that we need to activate Equilarium. Yeah. So I think it's very much in tune with the Lion's Gate, that it's opening up this awareness that the right people will hear the calling and know that this is what they need to be doing what we're doing. But in your own worlds, there's plenty of projects that you need to be doing by yourself, but the calling will be that you've got to step up to that bigger purpose that you've come to. And that means sometimes stepping away from the smallness of your own group, of your friends, of your family, who you can't speak about your bigger mission. You know? And
you can't fully embrace it on every level, which is what you need to do now.
Yeah. I mean, even Equilarium, like we're saying, I'm about to read this again, which is our mission statement, basically, what we put out here. You know, loads of my close friends and family, I can't talk to you about this. You know, and they're my close friends and family because they're just not in tune with this part of me and who I am. They accept and understand me as the fashion designer me, as the art teacher me, as the mother me, as the all thing, but they can't quite go to this me. And this, as far as I'm concerned, is the greatest me. This is my highest purpose. This is where I come alive. This is my passion. And so it means that I have to lessen that. I can't share that. It's literally like the Harry Potter thing, the muggles and the magic people. So we're about to launch this out and say this, but I don't say it around my own kitchen table with my family here. Do you know what I mean? It's not, well, my immediate family I do, but aspects of my greater family. And I know that that's a lot of what people are finding, is that you don't fit so comfortably within your own groups that you used to. So
yeah, I can totally relate to that, as you know.
I know you can.
Very much on home territory, that one for me.
Interestingly enough, for me, last year, 2 friends, and I thought, oh my God, 2 friends just went out of my life. And that's before, and then shortly afterwards, met up with you again. Wow. And then beautiful soul friends have come in. So
yes.
There we go.
Yeah, as
so that's that in motion.
Shuffling the pack.
Yes, it is. It's, yeah. We're dealing with the major arcanas now.
The major arcanas, yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So Equilarium is a visionary project. And to even start by saying that to most people, they're like, oh my God, oh my
High
God,
in the
oh
sky.
my God, oh my God,
oh my God, oh my God.
Anyway, Equilarium is a visionary project to build a state-of-the-art, high-vibration holistic healing centre that is designed to heal the planet as well as the mind, body and spirit of humanity. It has a very specific destination and point of healing where it wants to be, which is in Northern California. It wants to be built on sacred ground, on the volatile and geo-stressed weak point of the planet, where it is needed most to deliver harmonious healing energy and vibrations to help counteract and readdress the discordant disruptive energy on the San Andreas fault line. Equilarium is going to be an amazing new type of architectural earth acupuncture, designed and built using sacred geometry to put good positive healing vibrations back into the planet. It's going to be a type of empowerment center, a heart center, to instruct and ignite the hope and self-worth of current and future generations by working with and teaching the incredible healing power and importance of living in high vibrations. As you all know, we are going on a strong curve of our global awakening, and everyone is experiencing great change, and as the whole paradigm of our world is shifting. We have to actively take action to become conscious citizens of the planet, not just as inhabitants of our individual states and countries. It should be our united legacy to do whatever we can all do for future generations and the survival of the planet as a healthy, vibrant, pleasant land. We will be looking to provide as much information and education, positive support and guidance to inspire and empower all individuals to understand their own energy and how best to use it for the collective common good.
Well, there's our divine life purpose.
Yeah.
Bring this to fruition.
Exactly, if ever there was one. Which is why, as I said, it's so wonderful that the Lion's Gate is empowering Mother Earth with this energy that's calling for things to help and assist her, which is what we're trying to do. It's empowering the breaking down of boundaries, which is what we're all about, because it's about empowering individuals rather than being...
And also breaking down the boundaries of countries, because this, what happened here today, which leads you onto the portal, is all about unification.
Yeah.
And it'll be lovely to share some of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that latest piece of writing said that there would be facilitations across the nations.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about. So it will be a united build, a global build to create this incredible oneness centre. So that is what Equilarium, the project, is. So
and it sounds like the energy that's coming through in September is really going to line it up for us, isn't it?
Very much so.
Very
much so.
very
There's some
exciting
powerful
things
energy
happening,
coming in
isn't
September.
there?
Yeah, and so we'll do more about that in another show.
Absolutely, yeah.
But for now, shall we share a little of what's happened here today?
I think so, yeah. It's our secret for the moment. Shall we share it? Maybe we won't share it.
Yeah, I think so.
I think we will. Right, the intention for today was to create our crystal grid, much like I'd said on the in the opening statement. And so we will be doing our crystal grid, and I'll be explaining about crystal grids in a minute. But we had a slight detour for the afternoon that we weren't expecting. But so we will be creating our crystal grid. And you say Christmas grid, crystal grid after the show. But this afternoon, we had a very special moment with my latest painting. And for those of you who don't know, I'm an artist, and I'm a visionary artist, which means that sometimes it takes a long time for my paintings to come into form. Sometimes I hold them as part of the image or essence of the image in my mind for a long time. Or I start them and then I don't know how to progress with them until I live parts of the story and find out the purpose and meaning of what it is to translate and then put into the painting. This particular painting I'd started a year ago, and I had the outline very clearly, and I got to a certain point in my last house, and then just different things happened, and I disconnected with the working of my painting, and I couldn't find where to go with it. I'd got to the point that I could see it, and I knew that I just had to be patient and allow my life to unfold and to find the purpose and meaning of what the next phase was. And then over the last few days, my goodness, with this opening of this portal, is brought in this incredible new dimension. And often with my paintings, this also sounds quite bizarre. This is the thing I often do with my paintings, as those who know me and my paintings know. I then turn them upside down, and they have a completely separate but integrated story where they become a totally different painting within a painting when they're in the upside. So it's the as above, so below, but you have to physically turn it around, and it turns into a literal another place and another painting, doesn't it, ladies?
Sure does.
So we did that. Yeah, we did that. So this afternoon we came into my studio and we lit some candles, and we thought we'd have a blessing in view to creating our crystal grid for Aquilarium. But then we took some time with the painting, and we discovered that actually, on turning it upside down, it is the most incredible portal through a heart. And when the painting's complete, I will put it on our Facebook page. But for now, I just have to describe it. It's a landscape, and one side of the landscape is the Sussex Downs and Sussex countryside, and the other side of the landscape is like a New Mexican Indian desert landscape. And they are, in the centre of the picture is a big heart of pink roses. And through the heart is what can only be described as a beautiful turquoise sea and beach. And so the landscapes on each side have cliff faces that come down and merge into this turquoise water. So it's like a Lemurian landscape through the heart of roses. So it's through the heart that you can get to this place, and it's through the essence of rose and love, and it's beautiful. It's going to be amazing when it's finished, but there's a lot of work to do. But we turned it upside down, and it works as a portal. So we had a fantastic time, didn't we?
We did, and we were inspired. The energy, I think there must be some light beings here helping us, and so the energy just inspired us to hold hands and channel, if you like, what we were to do. But it was absolutely amazing for the healing of the history and eons of the suppression of the divine feminine and the releasing of it all. So I think that wants a little bit of a more larger description after the break, doesn't it?
Yes, I think it does.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The future of Internet radio is here. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Eros Evolution is where sexuality and spirituality meets. Join me, clinical sexologist Martha Tyrrell, on Eros Evolution on Thursdays, 4 p.m. Eastern on OMTimes Radio.
Host your show on IOM FM, the radio network of OMTimes Media, one of the more recognized brand names in the conscious community, and is backed by the extensive marketing reach of OMTimes. Hosting a show on IOM FM immediately connects you with our extensive dedicated community. Have you ever wondered how to change your love paradigm? The secret key is finding a love partnership, not just a regular connection. How do you find these? Through conscious relationships. Ascending Hearts Dating is a dating site for people like you that believes in second chances and a different type of spiritual connection. Try Ascending Hearts for free today at ascendinghearts.com and change your love paradigm. Ascending Hearts, the premier dating community for the spiritually awake.
Do you have time to read that inspiring book or that blog post you've been meaning to get to? In your busy world, how do you improve yourself and keep your life going? I'm Lisa Kay, and my Between Heaven and Earth radio show can transform your life just by listening. Be uplifted with inspiring topics, positive stories, and ideas that really work. Between Heaven and Earth radio is conscious living for your soul, every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time.
The Real Conscious Connection. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Hello, so welcome back. Here we are. So before the break, we were just telling you about our wonderful experience that we had with my painting. And so Carmen's just going to recap on what she was leading us through on our sort of meditation.
We had this whole sense of connecting, like you said earlier, with Mother Earth energy, but also very much with the divine feminine. And as we were kind of collecting around the painting, this whole download of having to release the suffering of what the divine feminine has gone through, the suppression and the disempowerment of femininity. This is also divine feminine within men, by the way. So it's not just, intrinsically to women. It's the divine feminine coming from the heart, coming from your intuition. And just releasing the shame and the guilt and the hardship and the sorrow and all the grief that's been there for so many generations. And we all felt it as we were holding hands, weren't we? It was so powerful what was coming through, and how this has also been transcending generations of generations, really, which is absolutely amazing. And the heart just led us to this. Just watching it and seeing it on the painting, it's just unbelievable. Yeah. Absolutely amazing. And your paintings are always tools to bring in that next stage of almost evolution, if you want, aren't they? Of bringing more consciousness and awareness together.
Yeah. And so the lesson was also, for me, is to trust and have patience. As I said, I've been frustrated. I don't know what to do with my painting. You just got to wait, because suddenly it's just like, oh my goodness. I certainly know what it's supposed to be doing now. I can see it in a whole different light. So you just got to be patient. Things will become clear.
The divine right time, isn't it? We've just been joined by a beautiful, beautiful.
That's my puppy.
It's portal power.
It's portal power of
opening up everything.
Yeah. Coco's arrived.
Kingdom.
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful experience, and it felt like we were doing that on behalf of humanity as well as ourselves, didn't it, ladies?
It did, definitely. I mean, literally, I was crying doing it. It was just what I received the most incredible vision of what was going on. And it was just this healing, this unravelling of this layers and layers, we say, of the structure
and boundaries, wasn't it?
Boundaries. It was the boundaries that men and women and children have been holding, and the way that it gets passed down the generations. And it was the unburdening, it was the releasing of all of this, and so it's saying the blurring of the boundaries, which was just this change. And it was the children setting free the mothers, and the mothers setting free the fathers, and then the fathers setting free the sons. It was wonderful. And then in the Real Holistic Housewives style, later on I went out and was hanging out my washing, and they were still with me. It was brilliant. I could still see the little boys there were playing, and it was just lovely. Just beautiful, this healing that's coming to the planet. It's amazing.
And they're all man-made limitations, really, aren't they?
They are, completely. They're of the mind.
Of the mind,
yeah. Because they don't exist in the energetic realm, which is what we're trying to get back to. So this is going to be really good. All this extra heart energy that's coming to raise consciousness, so we can let go of those restraints made by the mind. Yeah. So how exciting is that? What is it you say?
When?
How does it get more exciting?
Oh, how's it get any better than that?
How does it? Well, the answer is it could get better than that.
By doing a crystal
grid.
By
doing a crystal grid. Yes, because when used correctly, crystals can act as a megaphone for calling in love, abundance, joy, or wealth, or whatever you want to do. So, as well as looking pretty, they're an incredible tool for focusing your energy. So a pattern made up of crystals, empowered with specific intention, is a really incredible thing to do. So at our gathering, we're going to create one to bring in the key people that we need for Equilarium to progress, and the circumstances and situations. So we will be writing that out. So we thought we'd share some of this guidance with you on creating and charging your own crystal grid. So we're following here an instructions which I received from the numerologist, which is fantastic. So this one has been, it comes from the renowned metaphysical artist and clairvoyant and energy expert Elizabeth Harper. She's been featured on the BBC, Sirius XM and Women's World, and her work with colour, crystals and angels is some of the most comprehensive work out there. So I think she knows a good thing or two about crystals. So all you need is a piece of paper, a collection of special crystals, and a clear space to put your grid. So if you're feeling that your dreams are just out of reach, or that you want to give them some extra energy, you're having trouble attracting what you desire, crystal grids are the perfect way to raise your energy and amplify your intentions. So right now, I think while we've got that amazing Lion's Gate happening right above us on the 12th, and it's going to continue, the energy carries on after here. So first of all, you decide what you're going to create your crystal grid for, the purpose of it. So, as I said, we know what we're going to be doing. So the patterns that are often used are based on sacred geometry, geometrical shapes, but that's not a requirement for the grid to be successful. But it can be a heart, it can be anything shape that you really like, a flower, or something that you resonate with. The flower of life, I think, is probably the one that we're going to be using. Because crystals embrace the qualities that can be used to manifest your heart's desires. The good thing is that there are lots of wonderful ways to bring their energy into your life, because you can hold them or meditate with them. So to use the energy, put them in your pocket, or earlier on, Carmen, where did you have yours?
In my bra.
She happens to have a heart-shaped crystal tucked in her bra.
It is a heart shape. It's meant to be in the right place.
It is tucked in your bra. Under your pillow, or wear jewellery made of specific crystal combinations. So that's then you do. So if it feels good to use a pattern that resonates with you, or just use your intuition to find out what the right way of setting is up for you. So what you'll need is a piece of paper to write your intention on. So you can use a colour that you think is going to be compatible with your wishes or your dreams. You can use pink or red or pens to activate the heart chakra. Pink crystals would be nice if you're doing a heart-based one. Coco's got an opinion on that. Clear quartz, you need a space to put your grid where it won't be disturbed, preferably a space that is clean and clear of clutter. So if you think of your grid as an expression of your own energy, you want it to look and feel good, and you want your message to be loud and clear. So if there's other stuff around it, then the message could become garbled. So treat your grid with love and create it in a place that's filled with love. So you could use a nice cloth, maybe a pink one, or probably a turquoise one in our case, because we love the drop of turquoise, for under your grid. So just that it looks and feels special. Natural fibres are best. Maybe you could add some flowers and objects that you like. So first of all, you need to cleanse your crystals. And as with any crystal work, before you set out to make your grid, each crystal needs to be cleaned, to put maybe under running water. The intention is just to clear the energy. So some of them don't like being left in water, but some of them like to have tumbled water go over them, isn't it? So, and then you need to charge your crystals. So once you've cleansed your crystals, you can either hold them as a group or hold them one by one and infuse them with the energy of your intention.
Quite nice to hold them to your heart and do that, isn't it? So it gets infused with your heart energy.
I bet yours is well and truly infused, Carmen.
I was going to think so.
So, and then you can program. It's called programming your crystals. So you can hold it and set from your heart the intention. So programming your crystals is just a really way of letting them and the universe know what you want from your grid. So everything is energy, as we know. So your thoughts direct action into energy. So program them with what you wish to be amplified.
So what do you use the paper for? Do you write your
intention, yes, onto the piece of paper. So you can place a photo or a card into the centre of it. You can write the words that you want. You can say what you're trying to achieve or imbibe with the extra energy of your crystal grid. Mm-hmm. So for love, or to draw a partner, or to draw abundance of money or prosperity, something that you need with the intention from the heart, write it on your piece of paper, place it in the centre, and then you place your crystals around in your flower pattern, and they can be pointing out if you want them to be projecting something out, or you can point them in if you want to be calling something in. So, and then you have one crystal, which you have as your...
central crystal?
Pardon?
Is it called a central crystal?
Yes, as your central crystal. And that one you can give your main intention to, and that can hold the whole focus of your crystal grid. And so then that sort of activates the others.
So you place that one on the piece of paper in the middle?
In the centre of your pattern.
Mm.
So we'll be doing that as well.
Mm. And then you can energise it daily, is that right, Claire?
You can, definitely. You can energise it daily, to revisit it, to just give it a bit more of your intention, which is a bit like your affirmations, isn't it? So if you revisit your crystal grid, every time you see it, it reminds you to give it some energy, and therefore it gives you energy right back.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get going on
I know,
that.
so we'll be doing that after the show, and then we'll let you know how that works and unfolds for us. So,
and how long do you leave them up for, these crystal grids?
But you can leave them up, you can go with your intuition on how you want to leave it up. 24, 48 hours. I mean, sometimes people leave their grids up for up to 40 days. It depends what long-term purpose you're calling for.
Yeah, and I would imagine your intuition comes in quite heavily here, doesn't it?
Yeah, I would have thought so. I mean, because there's no right or wrong with anything, as we would always say. You need to be guided and led by your own intuition.
Yeah, that's it.
So if you want to do it at a specific time of the month, set it with a new moon until the full moon, or set it the full moon until the new moon. It's entirely up to you, whatever you feel is going to be the right thing to do. Yeah, so that's what we will be doing after the show, and I encourage you all to have a go yourself. So I hope you're gathering and you're calling other people into your group, because the more your own vibrations will be rising, the more other people will be being drawn to you, just like we're saying. So that'd be really, really nice to hear if you're all doing that.
Yes, and please do get in touch. Let us know what your thoughts and feelings are. Any comments on any of the teachings that you found that you resonate with?
I'll be posting that writing up onto our Facebook page. And you can also find all my writings on my website, which is www.clairejohnson.eu, which you can find on the homepage of the Equilarium FM radio. Okay. And there, in my latest writing section on my website, is every piece of writing I've received over the last 3 years. So
and tune in next week for more of Thoth's teachings.
For more of Thoth's teachings and more
fun around the holistic
Housewifes table. Exactly. For fun and laughter.
We are
raising vibrations across the nations. And Namaste, dear. Stay golden.
Stay golden.
Stay golden.